a vile creature.
Uh-oh. Now she went from nice to nasty? You say nasty? With that twisted mouth? Came out I wanted you to first know. You're peasants. You mean nothing to me. You're nothing but serfs. What? This is on TV? Oh, wait. I better go ahead and lubricate my mouth so I can lie by taking my medicine. Oh, yes. That's good, nasty. Now, I was talking about you serfs. I need y'all to do me a favor. Hit that like button, share my videos. Please make sure you subscribe. Make sure your notification buttons are turned on to all. Subscribe to my alternative channel just in case YouTube give me the slip or something. You'll know how to find me. Don't forget to check me out with all the podcasts and follow me on Rumble in the Jungle. All the links are listed below. If you want to donate to my channel, feel free. Those links are below as well. We got to say goodbye to someone very dear and near to my heart. Everybody knows her as Nasty Pelosi, but I like to call her Bag of Bones, Mush Mouth, Monkey Paw Hands, Nasty Pelosi. That's right. She's retiring. Yeah, the nastiest of them all. She's one of these people that are evil. One of the people in our country that would love to see our country just collapse, but yet they stay in power and they stay rich. So let's get into her farewell and check on Nasty Pelosi and her exit.
This is why I want you, my fellow San Franciscans, to be the first to know. I will not be seeking re-election to Congress. With a grateful heart, I look forward to my final year of service as your proud representative. It's just a vile creature.
Uh-oh. Now she went from nice to nasty? You say nasty? With that twisted mouth? Came out I wanted you to first know. You're peasants. You mean nothing to me. You're nothing but serfs. What? This is on TV? Oh, wait. I better go ahead and lubricate my mouth so I can lie by taking my medicine. Oh, yes. That's good, nasty. Now, I was talking about you serfs. So now she comes out talking about how she's been proud to serve all the people and it's sad to see her go and all of that stuff. Only thing I'm going to miss about Nasty Pelosi is the fact that she's nasty and funny. But look how evil this woman is. Look what she has to say about Donald Trump on her way out. Okay, so y'all ready for her?
It's just a vile creature. The worst thing on the face of the earth, but anyway.
Vile creature, the worst thing on the face of the earth. That's what Nasty had to say about our president. Now you see how nasty she is? She's going to take all of that nastiness into the afterlife with her. That's how foul she is. So that's what she had to say about President Trump. Now, the crazy part about that is she knows he's not foul. She knows that there are countries who love President Trump for what he's doing to help them. She knows that there are millions of voters who love the president. And she calls him a foul creature, the most evil, the worst thing on the earth and all of that stuff. And I'm saying that's really an attack on us too. And what you're saying, Nasty Pelosi, is that your judgment, your character, okay, your judgment of character is way better than ours. Way better. You're able to see this vile, evil creature, and we're not. We all voted for him. We might as well went out and voted for Diablos or you. So that's what she has to say about Trump. And let me tell you why. Here she goes.
You think he's the worst thing on the face of the earth?
I do, yeah. I do.
Why is that?
Because he's the president of the United States and he does not honor the Constitution of the United States.
In other words, he don't let Democrats do whatever they want. He's not a part of the Uniparty. He's fighting actually for Americans. He's enforcing the law. And you're calling it not honoring the Constitution. Well, we're going to see just who's nastier in a second.
In fact, he's turned the Supreme Court into a rogue court.
Oh, yeah, because they're not all in the bag for you guys. Because they're not woke, even though they make some bad choices as well. But here she is. All of this crap that she's coming up with is really because the Democrats aren't in power and we don't have a puppet in the White House to cover up all of their evilness on both sides Okay, and here she is with that monkey paw. You see it going back and forth right there?
He's abolished the House of Representatives. He's
That's
chilled
odd. I didn't
the
know
press.
that.
He's chilled the press. He's scared people who are in our country legally.
See? Now you see her? All of this crap is because he's messing up Democrats and their little nest egg, the stuff that they put in place. So now he's scaring people in the country legally. Those are lies. All of these are lies. And yet, because they lost to Trump, in spite of all of the evilness, all of the efforts that she was a part of to stop this man, all of them failed. They lost. And her conclusion is Trump's the evil one. That's right. Well, let's go ahead and go back down the history of Nasty Pelosi to see just who's evil.
Crazy Nancy Pelosi. She's crazy as a bedbug.
And how?
It's clear that this governor has a vision for our country.
Y'all see that monkey paw up there? It's clear that this governor has a vision for this country. Well, let's go ahead and see her judgment, because she just said Trump was the most evil, foul person on the planet. And now she's up here, basically cheering on a lizard man. A lizard man. So let's hear about this so-called person with a vision for the country.
Has knowledge of our country and our state. The state of California, the fourth largest economy in the world. Gavin manages that way, with great dignity.
Oh, really?
He has strategic thinking about how to get things done, and that is what has brought us together here. When this opportunity occurred, Gavin had a plan.
Uh-oh.
He's a man with a plan.
A man with
that's what brings us here today.
Now, isn't that funny? How Nasty just judged Donald Trump? All of his corruption. He's the president and he's not honoring the Constitution. Well, let's go ahead and see about her judgment on her nephew. Little nepotism for Neppy. So let's see. Let's see what she's talking about.
Oh, really?
He has strategic thinking about how to get things done.
And if we're going to solve the problem of those that are out on the streets that we define as homeless, we better solve the housing problem if we're going to have an impact. And that's why we established this framework, what we call a 10-year plan to end chronic homelessness in San Francisco.
10 years? 10 years? So wait, Gavin Newsom's 10-year plan to end San Francisco's homelessness marks 20-year anniversary. Well, let's see how the man with the plan has handled solving the problem.
He has strategic thinking about how to get things done.
Wait a minute. Why are these people standing up, but yet perpendicular? They're not sleeping, they're not awake. That's a problem. What are these people? Are they in a comatose state? What is this? Now look at his master plan to deal with homelessness. She wants the man with the plan to one day maybe even become president. That's how the whole country will look. Look at the man with the plan. Looks like his plans work. What, is that a dirty mattress? How you get a dirty mattress out there in the middle of the street in a city? I mean, this is unbelievable. Look at all of that trash under the man with the plan. Wow. Oh, they done brought their furniture out there? Man, the homeless done went ahead and said, you know what? Forget it. Forget cardboard boxes. I'm not going to be sleeping and sitting on the concrete. I'm bringing a full-blown chair out there. A living room here. Wow. Wow, look at that.
It's so beautiful, and the people are just...
Yes, they are wonderful, aren't they?
Yeah.
He has knowledge of our country and our state.
Yeah, let's check that knowledge of our country and our state.
The state of California, the fourth largest economy in the world.
Okay, they are packing up their U-Hauls and they are saying bye-bye. Once again, a new study is showing
What? They're leaving that utopian society? They're leaving the man with the plan? With the strategic thinking? What?
that more people are moving out of California than actually moving in. We're going to bring our business and tech reporter Scott Budman in. Scott, we've been talking about, we've been saying this for the last couple of years.
Well, it's actually 5 years in a row, Jessica.
I say that's the California way.
There it is. You see the man with the plan? I say that's the California way. Yeah, but what you didn't see is that split tongue right there that just came out.
5 years in a row is consistent. It's given our high cost of living. Experts say expect that number to continue.
Yeah. When this opportunity occurred, Gavin had a plan.
Gavin had a plan.
He's a man with a plan.
He's a man
prices
with a
here
plan.
in California could skyrocket 75% in 2026.
A gallon of gas could climb as high as $8.43 per gallon.
Wow. Now, I don't know if I like that plan, ladies and gentlemen. If I lived out in Cali, I'd be like, I'm going back to Cali. Cali. I'm going back to Cali. Man, I don't think so, because I can't afford it. So now, $8 to buku. So, brother.
Think about that.
Yeah.
Michael Miche is an associate professor at USC's Marshall School of Business. He says gas prices could see a significant spike next year as a result of California losing 2 refineries in the coming months.
What?
The average price of gas here in California right now is $4.79 a gallon. That's $1.64 higher than the national average.
Wow. So the man with the plan who allowed LA to burn down, homelessness out of control, drugs out of control, crime out of control, illegal immigration out of control, prices out of control, and folks is out of Dodge. Folks are leaving that utopian society. Now, you just have to wonder about the state of Americans who they suffer through this stuff. They vote these people in. They think Orange Man is bad, and yet they suffer like this. They allow these leaders to abuse them, and they reward them for it. That's the crazy part about it. Democrats, voters, I would never understand. And we're about to see some dumb ones in a little bit. So let's finish listening to Nasty Pelosi talking about he's a man with a plan, but Donald Trump is evil.
So that'll be something fun to look forward to.
Yeah,
Gas prices. $8 a gallon.
$8.
Yeah, that would be...
That'd be a problem.
Yeah. I mean, right now I'm paying like $100 just to fill it up. Yeah. So I can't imagine what it's good like that.
Mm-hmm. Wake up. What the hell?
It's clear that this governor has a vision for our country.
Our country. There it is. That's the vision. Under Gavin Newsom. Under the Democrat Party. I don't know if I like that vision. Because that's what would happen if we don't stop these Democrats when it comes down to them spreading across the nation. If we allow them to finagle their way back into power, it will be hell to pay. This is perhaps our last opportunity to do away with these folks. And yet we got the nasty one who's doing away with herself. And this lady right here is proud of her.
You may remember this moment.
Oh, look at
she
that.
ripped up a copy of President Trump's State of the Union address.
Mr. President,
Yeah, that's a nasty woman right there.
please don't characterize the strength that I bring to this meeting. An impeachment is not a pleasant experience, but the president gave us no choice.
No choice. It was always a part of the plan. And it will be a part of the plan, again, if we don't stomp them out in these midterms. Not only do the Republicans need to get tough, but the voters, conservative voters, and folks in the middle need to recognize what's at stake. People don't realize what's at stake. So let's go ahead and continue watching her and her nasty exit.
There's a domestic enemy in the White House.
In the White House.
She made them really angry, but at the end of the day, there was often grudging respect for some of the things that skills that she brought to the table.
Oh, yeah. There were people who respected her legislative ability and, being a political boss. I mean, she was the boss of her conference.
Nancy D'Alessandro.
And there is...
Now, you see these dummies? These dummies are too smug to recognize Scott is insulting Nasty. Yeah, he's not sitting back giving her a farewell and, that's right, she was great. They think he japping her up, but he's about to go ahead and subvert their expectations.
For political operators, a lot of respect for that. I'll tell you this, I don't know how much we raised over the years off of sending out fundraising appeals based on Nancy Pelosi but it was a metric butt ton. I'm telling you right now, putting Nancy Pelosi in fundraising mail or fundraising emails would always produce. And by the way, it's not often that someone can become a titan of both Washington and Wall Street.
Yeah.
Republicans will remember her as one of the most successful and prolific day traders. She beat the S&P 500 by 559%.
Woo! Wait! But yet they praise her. They think she was great. She was a pillar. That woman took advantage of people for years. She enriched herself, empowered herself, never did nothing for her funky, raggedy state, never did nothing for the country, horrible policies, and yet they're talking about she was great, she got things done. She got nothing but evil done. And yet they're trying to celebrate her like she was something to do. Only thing she had done is a lot of money for her and Paul.
In her stock portfolio, she's worth a lot of money. She did an amazing job. So what a blow for the financial houses today on Wall Street.
Get him, Scott!
Good morning. Just getting in an elbow, right?
Yeah, really trying to get into some opposition research. That's a classic Scott Jennings, by the way. Like, I'm beginning to view what you just did there as like the Scott Jennings on TV.
I want Trump to put her in charge of the Social Security Administration. We could all retire in 6 months. And we let this lady manage our portfolios.
Yeah.
Do you know what I think for me was...
Yeah, that's a good idea. Why didn't Nasty share all that knowledge that her and Paul had with all of us? Isn't that crazy? I mean, they should have recruited her up there at Wall Street. They should have been like, yo, man, we need to bring you. What is it? I mean, is it you or is it Paul? Or are you going ahead and having pillow talk with Paul, telling him what to invest in, and then talking about, my husband does those things, I have nothing to do with it. But let's continue, though, seeing just how nasty the nastiest one of all is.
To put a ban on stock trading for members of Congress is even a thing is because of Nancy Pelosi. I mean, she is rightfully criticized because she makes, I think, $174,000 a year, yet she has a net worth of approximately $413 million.
What? Boy, that is great money management. I mean, she must have been saving and pinching pennies and stuff like that, putting something aside and all of that to make all of that money off of that salary.
2024, Nancy Pelosi's stock portfolio, this was a fascinating statistic to me, grew 70% in 1 year in 2024, and her portfolio outperformed every single large hedge fund in that same year, and even more than doubled the returns of Warren Buffett's Berkshire Hathaway.
We should study her brain. Yeah, we should be bringing her and Paul in talking about, are you psychic? Are you got ESP? What is it? How are you able to do it? I mean, you're out, performing our best people. Unbelievable. How does she ever do it, y'all? Remember, though, she's great, and everybody wants to celebrate her departure.
So I think the president stands with the American people on this. He doesn't want to see people like Nancy Pelosi enriching themselves.
They are terrified because I'm going to be their worst nightmare.
Oh, God. Now, I'm a little concerned about what's happening to Marjorie Taylor Greene. I mean, when they start inviting her on The View, and then praising her and talking about she's ragging on the Republicans and stuff, I'm starting to wonder if maybe someone done got in her ear and said, you can make a lot more money if you take the role of the hater. If you go ahead and stop being, so magnified and start softening up a little bit and criticizing Republicans and perhaps Trump, we'll make it worth your while. We'll make some book deals. What you want to do after you get out of Congress, huh? If you got aspirations, we might be able to help you, water you down. Now, I used to look at her like a full-blown soldier, but now I'm starting to question some things. Whenever The View is complimenting you, I'm concerned. Yeah, whenever you go on CNN and you're saying nice stuff and they're not trashing you and going at you, they hated this woman, hated her. But now all of a sudden, they want her on all their shows and stuff. Woo! Now, that's back in the day when she was radical.
And let me just say this about Nancy Pelosi.
Tell us.
Oh, yeah, I do have a message for her.
Yeah. Yeah. This the Marge I used to love.
I just want to say to Nancy Pelosi, she's a hypocrite. She's an anti-American.
Yes.
And we're going to kick that out of Congress.
Yes. Woo! Wait. Now look at the crowd cheering. That's the march that everybody wanted right there. All right, let's hear what she got to say about nasty now. She's going down.
Visiting angels, America's choice in home care.
I assume you heard that the former House Speaker Nancy Pelosi announced today that she's planning to retire from Congress, not seek re-election when her term ends. She's been in Congress for almost 40 years. She's 85 years old. What's your reaction?
Well, my reaction is I believe in term limits, and I've co-sponsored that bill. And it's been decades now that I believe we have seen the failure in Washington, D.C. However, I will praise Nancy Pelosi. She had an incredible career for her party. I served under her speakership in my first term of Congress, and I'm very impressed at her ability to get things done.
Let's say to Nancy Pelosi, she's a hypocrite. She's an anti-American, and we're going to kick that bitch out of Congress.
That's far from what you just said now.
However, I will praise Nancy Pelosi. She had an incredible career for her party. I served under her speakership in my first term of Congress, and I'm very impressed at her ability to get things done. I wish we could get things done for our party like Nancy Pelosi was able to deliver for her party. So I wish her well in her retirement.
What the hell is going on?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know what metamorphosis she's going through. I mean, granted, when you talk about getting things done, I do, reflect her sentiments about our party. I wish our Republicans could get some things done, and I'll be talking about that in a second. However, my gut tells me that they are starting to use Marjorie Taylor Greene, and whenever they start inviting her on these programs, it's for a reason. Normally they wouldn't bring her brand on their programs because they looked at her as too, confrontational, too radical. But now all of a sudden they're starting to invite her on these programs, and they're being nice. They're being nice. And then she's saying nice things about nasty. You don't say nice things about nasty. This is what you say about nasty. Oh yeah, this is how you do it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you guys. Thank you, press.
Nancy Pelosi.
Nancy Pelosi's
I think she's an evil woman. I'm glad she's retiring. I think she did the country a great service by retiring. I think she was a tremendous liability for the country.
And I think
I thought she was an evil woman who did a poor job, who cost the country a lot in damages and in reputation.
Yeah.
I thought she was terrible. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Any other questions? This is how you do it. Do. This is how Trump do it. Yeah, you don't sit back and soften it up for evil people. You don't sit back and try to give them a farewell as if they lived a good life, did good things, wasn't a menace, wasn't as evil, all of that stuff. Nah. It's too late. It's too late for nasty. We already know the true nature of nasty. Nasty's nature is nasty, period, as we watched in the beginning. So Trump is not going to soften it up just because she's leaving and just to appease a lot of people. Like, just respect her. She's a woman. She was the first female, woman with the gavel and all this. I don't care. I don't care about her career. I don't care about, her being a first female House Speaker. None of that matters to me. All I know is the nastiness. That's all I know. And I can't give her no farewell departure, some wonderful speech on the way out when she has created all of this havoc. Trump kept it real. That's why I respect him.
There's some kings in the building. Do your fist up and show some respect. There's gorillas in here. Gorilla in here. Gorillas in here. Gorilla in here. Gorillas in here. Gorilla in here.